So this is a bottle of Tide, obviously, and if you know me or you watch my videos, you know that for a long time I was a huge proponent of Tide detergent because it works really well, it smells good, and it cleans your clothes really well. So if you remember, even if you search my channel for year's supply of laundry detergent, back in early 2022, I purchased like 10 or 12 bottles of Tide with the intention that I could go like a year or two without having to buy laundry detergent. And I did. It lasted me 2 years. And I bought a couple different varieties of Tide, but it was pretty much all Tide, like 90% Tide. And because of that, obviously all the detergent I used up until early last year when I ran out was Tide from 2022. Well, I ran out, and instead of buying more Tide, when I was at the store and I had to buy detergent again for the first time in 2 years, ironically, I ended up buying, I don't remember what it was. It was either Arm & Hammer or Purex. One of the two of them had a really good deal going on. It was like buy two, get two free, or some ridiculously good deal that I could not pass up. So, of course, I bought it. And I was like, well, it's not Tide, but it'll do. Get a little break from the Tide. And I used those, and they were great. Arm & Hammer and Purex are both very good detergents. In fact, I actually have behind me, although the bottle is essentially empty, this is the bottle that this is replacing. This is my last bottle of Purex that I bought because it's good detergent. And this bottle is pretty much empty. It's got maybe like one load worth left, but I had it sit over here because I started using the Tide. Because I figured, like, well, if I have to wash, like, towels or something I don't care about as much, I'll just use the Purex. But I wanted to break open the Tide because I haven't used Tide in a while, and I went and I said, well, you know, I need some more detergent. That bottle's almost out. Keep in mind, it's now been almost a year that I haven't used Tide. And I was like, let's buy some Tide again. It's been a while. You'll notice they redesigned the bottle, but this is just the original plain Jane Tide, nothing special. You know, original formula, whatever, even on the back. And I'm like, oh, this will be cool. I haven't used Tide in forever. Let's go back to the good old-fashioned Tide. And I started using it. I've done like 4 or 5 loads now of laundry with it. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, and this, I totally could be imagining it. Something seems different with this Tide. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it's the smell, or the label, or the viscosity, or the color. Something seems weird about this Tide. Which is weird because it's the original Tide and it's been the same for decades for the most part. I mean, it seems to be cleaning the clothes fine, and it smells okay, I guess, but it's just, something seems different. I don't know if it's the smell, I mean, the color. I'll show you. The lid is on really tight, of course, there we go. I mean, if you smell it, it, I guess, smells like, it's just, something is different about it. And if you look at the color, oh, I spilled, yeah, that's blue, that's Tide blue. So, yeah, and I mean, it looks like the same viscosity. It's very concentrated, so you can use less of it than you would use of, like, Purex or whatever. But I was always a big proponent of Tide because it's expensive, but it's, you know, higher quality, you can use less of it, it works really good. But I'm not really seeing a difference, really. And it could be, too, that I used Arm & Hammer and Purex for a year and I got used to those sort of middle-of-the-road detergents, so maybe this is the same and I'm just not remembering it, but it just, something seems weird about it. And it's not like I use other, like for example, I use these in the dryer, these bounce sheets, because for a while I used liquid fabric softener, Downy. I got tired of it clogging my washing machine up and making my whole house stink when I would use it. Because I don't like a ton of smell in my clothes, which is why I don't like those scent beads or whatever. But I noticed that my clothes were getting super, super staticky to the point where they were just completely, like, I had to, like, I don't know, I couldn't get rid of the static. And they were starting to get really, something was weird about them, so I was like, well, let me try dryer sheets. So I bought some bounce sheets, and I was like, wow, well, that fixed it. No more static. And yeah, these are just the classic old bounce sheets. They smell good. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a problem with these. So it's not like I didn't, like, use fabric stuff. It's not like that changed. I mean, I've been using bounce sheets for probably a good little while, back when I was using Arm & Hammer and Purex. So I will say, though, I might try out, because they make a version of Balance that's scent-free. In fact, my mom actually uses these, which are essentially Balance, but it's store brand. These are scent-free dryer sheets, and I kind of want to try these because, not that I mind the smell of the Balance, but sometimes it can be a little, it does kind of make your laundry room smell, so I might give those free and clear Balance a try because these smell good. I don't know, just try them out, but whatever. So I use those in the dryer, whatever. But yeah, something just seems weird about the Tide, and I was kind of thinking, like, when this bottle runs out, which this is still very full, but when this bottle runs out, this came from Meijer, so I might try getting a bottle from Walmart and seeing if it's the same. Maybe there will be a difference, maybe there won't, but what I can tell you is that I'm just not impressed. I don't really know what it is, but something's just different about it. And keep in mind, I'm a pretty cheap person. I don't like to spend money. I really don't buy high-end expendable items of any kind except Tide. I use cheap Ajax dish soap, cheap store brand dishwasher liquid, freaking cheap store brand hand soap, like cheap bar soap, cheap like Prel shampoo. Like, I buy cheap crap. I don't buy expensive expendable stuff because it's expendable, except Tide, because I always thought it was worth the price. But what I can tell you is that, honestly, if I buy a bottle from Walmart and it's the same, or I may try a slight variation, because they make a lot of variations of Tide liquid, because I hate the pods. I hate everything about them, and powder is it's kind of annoying to use, so I probably won't use powder. But if I don't see a difference in the Walmart version, or if I buy a different variation of the Tide, I'm just going to go back to using Purex and Arm & Hammer, specifically Arm & Hammer. I think Purex and Arm & Hammer work good, but Arm & Hammer seems to have better deals sometimes. You can get a really good deal. My grandma's sworn by Arm & Hammer for decades. She used to use Tide and Whisk when Whisk was a thing. But, so, I don't know. I'm just not... Something's weird. That's all I can tell you, is something's weird. So, I think, when this bottle runs out, I'll either give a Walmart bottle a try, or I'll try a different variation. And if that's if that doesn't change it, I'll just use Arm & Hammer or Purex. Because like I said, this bottle of Purex is what I was using before, and I've used both it and Arm & Hammer off and on. There's a hair there, ignore that. And aside from the smell, obviously, because that smells like Tide, the cleaning seems identical between these. And this is, a little less than that, obviously. I think I probably paid... I can't think of what I would say something else, but it's a different size, but this is a little bottle. So, like I said, I always like the smell of Tide, but this smells different. I don't know. And this does not smell bad, this detergent here, and Arm & Hammer doesn't either. I can tell you, Arm & Hammer, these are both very good detergents, this Purex and Arm & Hammer. So, definitely something interesting there. I don't know, maybe other people have noticed it. I know Procter & Gamble, because they make Tide, they also make Gain, which Gain seems good, but honestly, it's so strong smelling that it makes like my whole house smell like Gain. I want my clothes to not stink like detergent, which is the exact reason why I was going to try out the scent-free dryer sheets, but yeah, I don't know. I'm going to stop because I'm rambling on here, but I'm just going to make this unedited video, just going to straight upload it, but I just wanted to see, maybe some other people have opinions. It seems to suds the same. I mean, because you use, like, that's the line you usually use for full load, but, and that I have a top-loading non-HE washing machine, but, so, I don't know. It's something weird I noticed, and, if it continues when I buy a second bottle, then I'm going to just buy Arm & Hammer and Purex, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know that I have a preference. I think I statistically used more Arm & Hammer than Purex, but they're both good. I mean, hell, my parents, they both have my dad has sensitive skin, they swore by the All Free and Clear for years, like when it first came out, And all actually stopped making non-scented detergents altogether. All their detergent now is free and clear. My parents actually switched over to Purex free and clear. And yeah, like I said, Purex is good. This seems to be really good stuff. And I mean, it's sure as shit, it is free and clear. To me, free and clear detergent has always had like a chemical smell, but I guess that's how it is. But yeah, even there, they do Purex now. So yeah, I don't know. I have to, I'll figure something out. I'm not totally, you know, it's not life or death situation, but it's just a weird thing I noticed. So let me know in the comments if some of you Tide, if you're a loyal Tide proponent like I was for years, but I'm like I said, I will very easily switch to Arm & Hammer or even Purex if Tide falls off. So yeah, I'm willing to save money. So yeah, and also Purex seems to suds more, but that's just my opinion. So thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. And if you think there's another detergent, like a more obscure one I should try, I've used all the cheap, like Extra Sun, all of those I've used. They all work, but I think the reason I like the Tide, honestly, is the smell, and they do seem to clean a little better. You have to use more of Extra or Purex, but whatever. Or Sun. I don't even see Sun on the market anymore, but it was fine. I mean, for how cheap it was, I couldn't complain. If it had been any more expensive, I wouldn't have bought it. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Peace.